Hi everyone, Dave here back with another video, and I'm pretty damn excited. I hope you're excited too. What a Nintendo Direct. A very interesting Direct with a lot of farming games. Unfortunately, no word about my second favorite franchise of all time, so no updates on Dragon Quest 12 and no updates, weirdly, on the Dragon Quest 3 2.5 the remake, which they announced a while back and then just kind of, I guess, forgot about. I'm really looking forward to that game. Please still make it. Square Enix, Nintendo, whoever I got to talk to, I really want to play it. But we did get something about my first favorite franchise of all time, and that is we're getting a new Fire Emblem game. And it feels like only yesterday Three Houses came out, but then you remember that it came out a while ago. I actually don't remember. It came out back in 2019, which doesn't feel like that long ago, but I guess it kind of is. I mean, I do still play the game to this day. I just finished up. I don't even know how many playthroughs I've done. I just finished a playthrough like 3 weeks ago. So it feels like it's still new. But we're getting a new game already, and I'm super pumped for it, and I wanted to react to the trailer with you guys and talk about it and speculate. So let's just get into it. Let's just see Fire Emblem Engage. Let's just see what it's got going for us here.
We live on the continent of Elios. 4 realms surrounding a holy land at its center. 1,000 years ago, our lands endured a vicious war with the Fell Dragon. We called upon heroes from other worlds to aid us, heroes known as emblems.
Interesting. So, this is Elios, I guess they said. We live in the world of Elios, whatever. Fire Emblem Heroes takes place on the continent of Zenith, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. So it's not, to my knowledge, the same universe, but it looks like they're taking some sort of hero summoning mechanic from it, or at least, that's what they're saying so far. They're not going to just say, hey, we hired a bunch of heroes and then not use that in the game. So I expect there to be some sort of hero summoning mechanic in this game. I don't know. Well, I'll just play it. Okay, so a couple things. Is one, this character looks, their outfit looks very regal, so I wonder if we're a prince or princess of some kind. I don't know how that plays into the story. I don't even know if I'm right about that. That's pretty cool. That could be interesting. And also the figure over by the tree there, I can't really make it out too well. But that hood kind of looks a little similar. Maybe not. I don't know. I can't really make it out. But it looks a little similar to like the hood that the summoner in Heroes wears, like your character in Heroes wears. So I don't know. They could be taking some inspiration from Heroes, which, if they take the right inspiration, could make for a very interesting setting, a very interesting experience. But I hope they don't take the wrong inspiration, which I'm sure we'll get into that in a second. Yo, the fuck? I kind of knew. I knew that there was gonna be some sort of summoning, but did he just like turn into Marth? I don't know. That's the way that it made it look. Like he just straight up looked like he just morphed into Marth.
Huh?
You're really awake, yeah?
1,000 years? That's how long I've been asleep.
I love the looks of this character. The two-tone hair, very fun, very anime, whatever. They're voice acted, so they're doing that from Three Hopes, with a voice acted protagonist. It kind of puts a nail in the coffin of like not bringing back character creation, which is something I really loved out of Awakening and Fates. I love being able to create my own character. I'm a sucker for that shit. You put that in your game, I'm gonna at least look at it. It's not a huge deal. Like, it looks great as long as I'm still able to name my character. I'm fine with it.
What are
If I may, you are a divine dragon, a member of a royal family of dragons.
Oh, okay. This is when we get into some good stuff. I mean, it's been good so far, but like, first off, gameplay. Secondly, it looks great. Like, it looks really crisp and clean. Like, I still think that Three Houses looks fine. Like, Three Houses on the Switch looks decent, but this just has a crispness to it, I guess. But the big thing is the backgrounds are more animated. They feel more alive. The windmills are actually turning. You know, I thought, you know, that coming over to the Switch, Three Houses would have upgraded their backgrounds, but they didn't really. They're very static. Buildings are, you know, kind of around in the distance a little bit, but it was something that I was really hoping that they would do. And it looks like here in Fire Emblem Engage, they finally did, because I may be reading too much into this, but this is something that I've wanted Fire Emblem to do for years, is upgrade their backgrounds and their set pieces for when you're actually zoomed in combat. Because, like, I can't count the amount of times I've been fighting someone in Three Houses, and, you know, I'll be in, like, a forest or whatever, and then it'll zoom in, and then there's just a grass and nothing else. Or like you are in a tight corridor, but yet you zoom in and the thing is big as a fucking football field, you know? So it's like, it's almost like we're not playing, you know, we're not fighting heroes. We're just like, you know, I'm some omnipotent god playing with figurines or whatever. Like, you know, you know, I've got my, you know, level 15 Drew Bledsoe over here, and I'm gonna kill this demon. You know, it kind of feels like that when you have, like, full adults fighting one another, but then you zoom in and the area is humongous, right? But it looks like they fixed that because, and again, this is kind of small, but like the fence, like when on the overworld, on the overmap, you see them move Alir, I guess is the name of the character. They move him up to fight this corrupted, and there's a fence on the side, and then you zoom in and you can actually see the goddamn fence. Am I sitting here bigging up a fence? 100%. And maybe I'm the only one who cares, but I think that's such a great update, and I think that makes battles feel way more alive. It's one of those things that's like, I care about, but I can still, I mean, Three Hopes is, like I said, or Three Houses is still, like I said, one of my favorite games, but I feel like I'm going to play this and engage and then notice it way more whenever I play Three Houses again. It's one of those things that's like not a huge deal until you're without it. I don't know. But it's very cool.
The ring! Marth! Right! Sigurd!
Leave it to me.
Hey, you know what? I'm not against the summoning stuff, but it still remains to be seen how they're going to implement it. However, I do like that to a degree. Like, it kind of seems like you'll equip somebody's ring and they'll be like a support, essentially, similar to how adjuncts were in Three Houses. Like, you might get an extra attack, an extra buff, things like that. So that could be cool.
Is rather quiet, I know, but it will liven up as we gain allies.
So another thing I'm glad that they brought back, because that's such a genius thing that they implemented into Three Houses and Three Hopes, is the monastery, or like the main base type thing. I love that you're going to have that essential hub where you can walk around, see characters up close and personal, build your relationships with them, you know, get your supplies, things like that, extra quests, whatever. I think that's great. I really hope that they bring back some sort of unit training mechanic. I'm sure that they will. They put it in, obviously it was in Three Houses, put it in Three Hopes. I think 4 different kingdoms. Could we potentially have, like, not exactly the similar thing where there's going to be a representative from each kingdom? Maybe there will be. And you train them up, and they have people that they fight with, and maybe you pick one like you did in Three Houses, like how you picked a different house. I don't know if they're gonna do that, but that could be interesting. And as long as they keep up that unit management mechanic where you build your relationships, but also you kind of tailor each unit to how you want. You can train them in certain things, change their classes, stuff like that. That'd be great. I would honestly, at this point, you can't have a Fire Emblem game without that because it's such a great, important mechanic that's really loved by a lot of people. So, but this is very promising because this whole central hub thing is super cool and something that a lot of people, myself included, really like.
Has come. Now, as one, Emblem, engage!
I believe that's still Yuri Lowenthal playing Marth, and if it is, God bless. God bless. Yuri Lowenthal is my favorite voice actor. I love him. Does great work. Happy to see it. Yo, what the fuck?
One strike will decide it all.
Please grant me your strength.
So in addition to also serving as some form of support, it looks like that you can just straight up Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, like fusion Ha with, your hero and whatever, and do some special attack or some special form. That's pretty sick. I got nothing against that. That's kind of cool. It's at least different, it's different. It's something new, a little mix of old and a little mix of new, with these new heroes and then the old heroes that we already know and love.
She asked.
So we saw the bad guy slipping on a ring. Do you think we're going to get some of our enemies? The bad guys are going to be able to use some of the old enemies from the old games? That would be kind of cool to fight some of our former foes. That would be kind of sick.
Back to Elios.
So the big question I still have, though, is how they're going to implement these rings. Are they going to be like the relics in Three Houses, where you would kind of find them, do certain missions and you would get them, or certain story events would happen and you would get them? That's the way that they should do it, I feel. The only thing is I'm a little worried about there potentially being some microtransactions or some gacha systems involved with this. It doesn't look like that, and I don't really have any reason to believe that other than the fact that it is a hero summoning mechanic, and the other thing that we've seen from them as a hero summoning mechanic is a mobile gacha game. I've got nothing against Heroes. I still play it. It's very fun, and it's a free mobile gacha game. Whatever, draw for Heroes. But I really hope they don't implement that into a full-fledged mainline game. Again, I have no reason to outright believe that they will, aside from the fact that, it's a hero summoning game. Heroes is a hero summoning game. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be straight up summon. And actually, I might be getting a little too ahead of myself and a little too nervous about nothing, because they do show Marth in this cutscene here. And actually, at the end, I'm going to just skip to the end here. They show him, on the art. Which makes me think, one, that I'm, again, probably getting a little too nervous and a little too paranoid, because they wouldn't have it be random if the character is important to the story. And by the looks of it, Marth could actually be a pretty big character in the story. Now, his role remains to be seen, obviously, but it could be he could have a big role in the story, the same with some of the other characters. And they wouldn't make it random if these characters had that big of an impact on the story. They would have a pre-select group of characters that you can pair up with. Which kind of negates that worry a little bit of it being some random pull or some gacha garbage or whatever. The thing that is a little disappointing is, with them being pre-selected characters, potentially, I don't know. We saw Marth, we saw Sigurd, we saw Celica, I don't remember off the top of my head who else we saw pop up. But like, how far back are they going to go? You know, in that like stained glass porcelain, whatever, not porcelain. It's like a stained glass wheel in the beginning. I think we saw Ike, we saw Lynn, I think Roy. They're probably going to have the main, you know, heroes. We'll probably see like Crom or somebody. But how far back into their bag are they going to go? Because like, bro, give me Lonk, dude. I want Lonk. I want Lonk, dude. He's like my guy, dude. Lonk is my dude. And I wonder if, like, is Marth paired up with your main character and that's it? Like, you can't change him? Because it would be cool to, like, see what the combinations are, especially with this, like, whole fusion, quote-unquote, type deal. Like, what, you know, your characters wind up doing with other characters, I guess, if that makes sense. And, you know, again, I want to see how far back into their bag they want to go. Because if I can use my boy Lonk, and me and my boy Lonk can, like, you know, squat up again like we did back in 20 fucking whenever Awakening came out. Like, I want to do that again. You know, that's my boy, you know? So, it'll be very interesting to see how far this ring system goes. I think it's interesting. I think it's something different. I think it's, you know, a nice little shout out to the people that have been with the franchise for long and recognize these characters. But it's also great for new people getting into it to be like, okay, here's a brand new story, but also here's some characters from previous games that might make you want to go back and experience those games for the first time, or, you know, experience those games again, you know, if you haven't played them in 10, 20 years or whatever. So yeah, it has a release date of January 20th, which is not that far away in the grand scheme of things. Like, I think it's amazing how Fire Emblem is now this big of a franchise where it can close out a direct and also get a game this quick. It's been, you know, 4 years. It'll be, you know, 2023, 2019, about 4 years. And I think, you know, we got Three Hopes, which isn't a mainline game, but Three Hopes came out back this past summer. And then Three Houses, you know, like I said, back in 2019. And before that, I think the last game, correct me if I'm wrong, might have been Fates back on the 3DS. So, like, it feels like Fire Emblem has gotten much more popularity to where Nintendo feels comfortable enough doing another mainline entry, and, you know, it feels like it hasn't been that long. Again, the past 4 years, the world's been on fire, so it kind of seems like everything is happening every 2 seconds, so, like, time is irrelevant. But I don't know, it's cool, and it's very exciting to see. So that was my quick little reaction. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I don't really know what to say. I'm just very excited. So I hope I at least said something that was noteworthy at all. But thanks for the support that I've been getting on the channel. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.